First question here, it says here, by rounding each number in the expression below to one significant figure. This is a very important statement. This. Now, a lot of people made a mistake by just working out this and give the answer to one significant figure. That's not what the question says. And reading a question before is so important. By rounding each number in the expression below to one significant figure, estimate the value of. Estimate the value of. Because they know that the fact that you round off, you don't really will get the real thing anymore. All right. So here, what we want to do is to make the first effort by changing everything that you're looking at to one significant figure before you start working, because that's what it said, right? So at the top, you have the root of 108. Don't try to find the square root and then do something. Don't do that. Round off 108 to one significant figure first, right? To one significant figure. Remember, you know, all digits are significant except 0, which may or may not be significant. So you have to remember your little significant figures. So to one significant figure, this is going to be 100, right? So we're talking about 100 at the top. So it's a root of 100. So you're rewriting it to suit what they want. 19.7 to one significant figure. The 1 is there, you're right about that. So what's going to happen is the 1 is going to change into 2 because there's a 9 that came after it, right? So 19 becomes 20. And then now the 5.2 will become a 5. So at the end of the day, what you really have is the root of 100, you know, is 10 over 20 plus 5, 25. And then you can divide this by 5, 5 into the 10, 2, 5 into the 25, 5, and you're left with 2 over 5 as your final answer. Or if you want to go further, if you divide the 5 into the 2, you would have gotten 0.4. So those are the responses that we expect you to have. Find the exact value of 3 and 3/8 divided by, in bracket, you have 512 plus 1/3. Basically, we all know that whenever you see the brackets, you're going to have to take them aside and find out what they are first. So we're going to find out what's going on in the bracket right about now. So in the bracket, we have 512 plus 1/3. I remember, you know, when you're adding fractions with different denominators, and we're talking about having the different denominators here. Hold on. All right. Talking about 12 and the 3 there. You want to find the LCM. A number that 12 could go into and 3 could go into without a remainder. So in this case, it's 12. So now you're going to do your regular fraction. There are various ways, but I'm just saying 12 into 12, 1 time. 1 times 5, 5. 3 into the 12, 4. 4 times 1, 4. So when you add the 5 plus the 4, that's 912. You can work with your 912, or you could cancel it down. It's up to you. They're not going to penalize you, right? So let us say you want to break it down. 3 into the 9, 3. 3 into the 12, 4. All right, so you could work with 912 or 3 over 4 for that piece. Basically, I would suggest that you convert all mixed numbers now. So you need to take that 3 and 3 over 8. Change it to mix, change it to an improper. So 3 times the 8 here, that's 24. You're going to add the 3. So this is 27 over 8. So we have 27 over 8 for the front piece, and it must be divided by either the 912 or the 3/4. Remember that you don't really divide fractions, right? Fractions is not, you don't divide fractions. You multiply and reciprocate the fraction at the back. So now you could see what could be canceled. 3 into itself, 1. 3 into 27, 9. 4 into itself, 1. 4 into the 8, 2. So the answer is not this yet. And this is so important. Look at this. Give your answer as a mixed number. in its lowest form. Whenever they give these instructions, I pray that you see them, because anybody in the exam submit this, you're not getting the mark, because they did say as a mix in its lowest. So in other words, they don't want this right now. So you want to change it out. How many times can the 2 go into the 9? 4 times, and a remainder of 1/2. That's your final answer. And they are very serious about their instructions. Whenever they don't give you an instruction, you can do anything you want. But you see, when they give specific instruction, if you don't follow, you will lose that mark. All right, thank you. All right, let's look at this one now. They said, due to COVID-19 pandemic, the number of available seats in a hall was reduced from 125 to 93. Calculate the percentage decrease, so focusing on percentage decrease here, in the number of seats available. So it's the decrease as a percentage. All right, so now the percentage decrease is an idea that says, so let me write that percentage decrease is an idea that says that you need to have your decrease. So whatever the decrease is, you want to have that over the original thing. And then you want to multiply it by 100. And this is when it turns into percentage. So it is the decrease over the original, not the new, original, which means that the decrease would be the change that took place between the 195 and the 125 and the 93. That decrease over the 125, and then you want to multiply this by 100 over 1. So you need to take your time and you work out that. So depending on how you want to work it out, let us do the subtraction. I'm getting a 32 over 125, and then you just let the calculator take you out right now. 32 divided by 125, multiply by 100, and you're getting for your answer 25.6%. That's your final answer. You submit that. Good to go. So it's a very straightforward formula that we are expecting you to remember this. And if it were an increase, same procedure. Find what the increase is, put it over the original thing, multiply by 100, and it takes you to the increase, right, as a percentage. Okay? All right. Are we okay with that?
Can you repeat what you just said in the last part about increase?
Oh, I was saying if they ask a percentage increase, it's the same formula. Same idea. You find out what your increase is over the original times 100. So I was just saying percentage increase, percentage decrease, same procedure. You just need to find what the increase or the decrease is. Remember though, it's always over the original, not the new thing, over the original. All right? All right. Scrolling up. All right, so we're looking at a question here that says,
before man movie class now.
You talking to me or what? Somebody saying something to me?
No, sir, not you.
All right. All right, so now let's read. This is Micah or Mika. I'm going to call him Mika. Mika invest a certain amount of money in a bank that pays compound interest at a rate of 2.5% per annum. At the end of 2 years, the value of our investment is...
Hold on a minute, please. I am not seeing that page. Hold on a minute. I'm not seeing that page.
Not sure. It would have been your printing. It's there.
Not seeing it either, sir.
It's at the back.
It have to do with your printing, but at the same, it's just a document. I don't know. Because I don't know, maybe CXC has been very kind to you in terms of, look at what they gave you. they said compound interest, right? So they're telling you what a compound interest formula is, like a big formula. If you remember in class, you would have gotten a formula like this to work out the money at the end. So A, as you can see here, is the total after certain number of years, which is this. So you can see that they're giving you stuff. P is a principal, the original thing you start. R is for rate, interest per annum, the rate, and then N refers to years. We have a formula. All we're going to do is to substitute in the formula. We're not gonna do anything in particular. We're gonna substitute in the formula. If I feel like I have space problem, I would work it on my other board here, right? All right, so let's write the formula. So I'm working on my other board. A is equal to P, open bracket, 1 plus R over 100 raised to the N, all right? So that's what A is equal to. Now, all we have to do now is to write down what we have. So I'm not rushing it. What is A? A is equal to 7,000. That's the money at the end, 756,450. That is A. Hold on. All right. P is what you're trying to find. N is the number of years, 2. R, they gave you as 2.5. See, you got everything. So the intention is that you want to find this. So this is what we want to find there. What we're going to do is to substitute at the appropriate places. For example, I'm going to put 7, 5, 6, 4, 50 equal, because I'm working like this. P, we don't know that, that's fine. 1 is in the formula that was given to me by the exam. 2.5 will go on top of the 100. Close back my bracket. N is for the time, so it's 2. Set up. So don't overthink the questions. Take your time. Work down, no rush. Find out what is in the bracket. Find out what is in the bracket. So if you should work out this little piece here, right? So you're not rushing. You work out that little piece, 2.5 divided by 100. You're gonna realize that that little piece is gonna be 0.025, right? Add number 1 to it, plus 1. Put a plus 1 to it on your calculator and get a final number for inside the bracket. So inside the bracket, you'll get 1.025. Close the bracket, man, put back that. So what I'm suggesting is you work out in the bracket, no stress. So now you want to put all of this on your calculator. 1.0 1.025. 1.025 square, right? So square that now. Square your 1.025 square. All right, square it. So then let me rewrite what you'll get when you square it. We're not rushing anything. Find out the bracket and the square. It's gonna give you this number here. Write all of it, man. All right, write it. It's okay. Then we're going to divide, because if you want P by itself, you need to divide this side by 1.05062.5. You have to balance the equation by dividing this by 1.05062.5. Do it so that the P is now alone. And that is going to be your answer. It's P we're looking for. Divide for me. 1.050625. And I'm getting 7,200 exactly for P, the principal. Confirmation. I need some confirmation from